Agent Romanoff. You miss me?
Oh yeah, Charles, we got ourselves an X-Men fan.
Captain.
Your Highness.
Jackman, big fan, Spider-Man. Hey everyone.
Hey guys, and welcome to Filmartsy, your number one source for all things films and movies. My name is Elijah, and as you guys probably know, with the first major course of the MCU coming to a conclusion, there is a box set with all 23 Marvel Cinematic Universe films in there and loads of behind the scenes and deleted scenes features. And along the way, we've gotten some really interesting things that we've been talking about here on Filmartsy. However, we've gotten some more information that's really interesting to take a look at regarding Thor, not only the legacy and deleted scenes involving this character, that's really going to give us some bigger insight as to what's going on in the future for Thor and the MCU. So let's go ahead and first take a look at that deleted scene. Now, first we have this really interesting scene that was actually cut from Thor Ragnarok and actually paints a really unique picture for what we ended up seeing in Avengers Endgame, and could have served as not only inspiration for the type of Thor we see after the snap and 5 years later, but also may have served as a type of foreshadowing for where they wanted to take Thor as a character moving forward. In this deleted scene, we see Thor and Loki traveling to Earth to try to find Odin, whose memory is wiped, and we see a version of Odin we had never seen before, which is very reminiscent to the type of Thor we see just a few movies later in Avengers Endgame. Interesting because not only is this scene just fun and just kind of really plays into the tonality behind Thor Ragnarok, but it's also really unique to see that there were plans, obviously, in one way or another, to probably make Thor go down the story arc pathway that we see happen all the way later in Avengers Endgame. And it just shows that this was probably a plan for quite some time, rather than just a decision that they made when Avengers Endgame began filming. So it is cool to see this scene. It is really funny, and obviously they took those elements and implemented them later on. But what this really tells us about the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and Thor going into the future is that there's a lot of attention to detail as to what they're doing with these films that are going to have lasting effects that overarch the overall course of the universe. In one way or another, their inclusion of this scene does show that they were planning way ahead on what they wanted to do with Thor's character and where they wanted to go. And we can really start to look at these small details in previous movies and other movies along the way to get a better picture as to what we're going to see in the future with Thor when Love and Thunder finally comes out. Now, we've covered the news recently that Christian Bale was being considered as a prominent role in the upcoming Thor movie, possibly as an antagonist, and we've gotten some more information recently, kind of giving us the bigger picture as to what's going on with this upcoming Thor movie and how Christian Bale's character will play into this. Now, this isn't the only interesting casting decision, as we also know Natalie Portman will be returning to play some sort of variation on Thor in a new way, which would be really interesting just for the general story. But turning back to Christian Bale's mysterious casting really leads a lot of fans in the Marvel Cinematic Universe to speculate as to what could be next, and with the future of the MCU really looking like they're going to try to up the game bigger than Endgame, and with Thor being the last movie of Phase 4, we're going to see some really interesting things. Now, we have leaks reporting that Christian Bale is set to do a lot of CGI and motion capture work, just like Josh Brolin did when he was casted as Thanos. So we can expect that whatever character he is casted as will probably be some sort of non-human-like character, which could lead to multitudes of possibilities, but it does leave us wondering how involved this character will be, and if this character scope will exist much larger than just Thor and his series of movies. Is this going to be the next Thanos level threat? Will this be something bigger than Thanos? For us to fully understand that, we'll have to probably wait and find out. But it is really interesting, and we wanted to turn the conversation around to you guys. What do you guys think about the future of Thor? Do you think that Thor's future will be? You can follow us over on Instagram. There is a link in the description down below. We upload some pretty great content over there as well. Here's an example of some of the stuff we put up there. And otherwise, we'll be seeing you guys all next time with a brand new video. Bye, guys.
I'm about to.
Hi everybody.
Hey everybody, how you doing?
Hi.
Hi. See you guys.